And there's a lot of ins and outs, a lot of what have yous, a lot of layers to this, 7-layer queso dip thing that happened last night. So let's dig into it. And let me start with the Ravens side, because I cannot understate what Baltimore did yesterday. No Marcus Williams, no Ronnie Stanley, no Tyler Linderbaum, no Marlon Humphrey, no J.K. Dobbins. Odell leaves the game. I had like the PTSD Super Bowl flashbacks when he's like out of the game and up against the Bengals. And they went into Cincinnati and they beat the reigning division champs anyway. Here's John Harbaugh after the game talking about how all of his guys stepped up to the challenge.
It says a lot about the guys that played. It says that those guys are starting caliber players that played winning football against a great football team in their house. That's what it says, and they deserve it. Geno Stone just got a game ball, and he played great football, and Pat McCarry had a great football game. Look at the way the offensive line played. Offensive line played a great football game. Of course, the corners. We pressed them. We got up there and we pressed them, and we played well. They weren't hitting any fades on us. Our guys played fantastic out there on the edges, and it's just really proud of those guys. Really proud of them.
Tyler on the chat saying it was certainly surprising but well-deserved for Lamar Jackson and the Ravens. I wouldn't say I'm surprised by this, but it was a really special performance from a team that was playing extremely shorthanded. Lamar dropping dime after dime. You heard Harbaugh there talk about everybody on the team, but this was unbelievable. This is as good as he's ever looked, guys. The running backs, they chipped in, they all made plays. And Geno Stone stepped in for Marcus Williams and had a huge red zone interception. Happy that he got that game ball. So if this team can get even close to healthy, who's beating them? Who's beating them if they're healthy? Are they the most dangerous team in the AFC? They have a leg up on everyone, by the way. As of right now, only the Ravens and Dolphins sit at 2-0 in the conference. Everybody else at least has one L already. A division, it's a long season, but for them to do this unhealthy is wild, important, impressive, and everybody's eyes should be open. Now, on the Bengals side of things, I'm very serious this morning about my football, but I am. On the Bengals side, so disappointing. Not great. Better in the second half. Okay, sure. I try to take some solace in the fact that pretty much everyone else in the conference is either 1-1 or 0-4 right now as well. So, we saw this team go from 0-2 to an AFC North title just last season, and that this offense came alive in the second half. Like I said, Burrow throwing 187 yards, 2 touchdowns after having just 35 yards at halftime. These are positives to take away from the game. I don't think Bengals fans should totally start spiraling yet, and, I know we know what this team is capable of, but I'm getting concerned about the calf. And if you don't have the calf, what do you have? Okay? Seriously, if you don't have the calf, what do you have? They don't have a backup plan. This is it. It's him. He can't. And now they're 0-2, 2 division games. You can't sit him. Now you can't say, hey, sit and get help. You can't. He's out there. On Friday, I talked about how this is starting to seem like something that's going to linger. And that got emphasized and highlighted and circled. And, he says he re-injured it on the play before the touchdown to Higgins. So here's the touchdown to Higgins, and here's Joe talking about the injury after the game. Take a listen.
Yeah, it's tweaked it a little bit again. We'll see where it is tomorrow.
Could you have came back out and played?
Yeah, I was going to come back out. We're going to have to wait and see. I'm not sure how it's going to feel the next couple days. It's pretty sore right now, but no telling how it's going to feel. So I think we're going to take it day by day. Whenever you have these kind of things, it's always ongoing. It's always something that you're managing. Like I said, I don't know how I'm going to feel the next couple days. We'll have to wait and see.
I don't like it. And I think we made a big story about how he's healthiest ever. I think going into the season doesn't sound like that's true. It actually sounds like he might be the most banged up to start a season. He's the word managing. We're managing. We're taking it day by day. I don't like it. And I'm glad. One nice thing is he has an extra day to recover next week. He's got Monday Night Football against the Rams. But then you say, oh, shit. Aaron Donald's on that team. That sucks. I don't want that for him either. That's not the best recipe to sort of bounce back. So I'm hoping Joe and the training staff can figure this out because I think it's sort of the only thing. I talked to some people in that building. I heard a lot of, we just have to get our, groove back, our, mojo back. And I'm like, where's the mojo? What do you mean? What? Mm-hmm. But it's is it all Joe? Is Joe the whole beacon? It can't be. You've got other guys in the locker room. You've got to have other guys step up. Like they said they were going to when he injured the calf in training camp. And I fully am blaming the hair at this point. Can we see just, we have a still maybe, probably don't, but the hair is a bit of a problem, okay? I'm gonna bring in Taylor Lewan before we even go. Taylor, we're gonna bring you in and then we're gonna talk to you about a bunch of other stuff, Tennessee included. But I feel like, Taylor, and you've kind of got a similar, let me see your hair. Okay, you have a hat on. But you had, yesterday you had like a similar little spiral thing here. A little
the
oinker.
Clark Kent.
Yeah,
The Clark Kent's definitely what people are going for nowadays. I don't know. It's a natural thing. I'll have to call Joe and see what kind of product he uses, but I don't think we need to blame his hair. I think he's going to be all right. And I think the way you just talked about it, you handled it with grace right there, Kay. Because I think a lot of people in Bengals country are really overreacting.
I'm trying.
They're really overreacting.
Well, it's not great, but I'm just going to blame the hair because it's something that's like part of him but not part of him, so I'm not really tearing him apart. But the decision to change the hair, that's where the swag went. Hey, thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest Up and Adams content right on YouTube.